Hey, good morning everyone. So today we will be discussing about uh, HTML. That what is HTML? So in this particular video we will be covering three topics. So the first topic will be understanding HTML. Second will be understanding element, and the third will be understanding attribute. So first of all, let's start with understanding HTML. That what is a HTML? So HTML basically stands for hypertext markup language. So as there is a language that is attached to it, it means that it is some kind of language, right? So some kind of language that is understandable by a browser. It means like we have different type of browsers, right? So that is Chrome browser is there, Edge browser is there, Safari browser is there, Firefox is there. So it is some kind of language that can be that a browser can understand. Okay, so basically you can consider HTML as a heart of a website. It means like if we take a reference, if we take a reference of a human being, it means like we have a human being, right? So a human being is, if we consider a human being as a website, then HTML is a heart of human being, because like without heart a human being cannot survive. So similarly, without HTML a website cannot be made. Then what is the use of CSS then, and what is the use of JavaScript? We will come on that later, but a small understanding that if we have taken a reference of human being as a website, then CSS is basically nothing but a design of a particular human being. It means like some human being are obese, some human being are like they are healthy, some human beings have like six packs abs, some are bulky. So these are all designs that that actually human being have. So that is CSS. And then what is the JavaScript? JavaScript is something that is functional. It means like if we take example of human being again, then a human being can move, a human being can walk, a human being can move their hands, a human being can move their legs. So these are all functional things, and JavaScript is responsible for doing the functional thing for a website. So this is a small overview basically on HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and based on the examples. Now moving forward with the HTML. So basically HTML comprises of different elements. It means like HTML is made using the combinations of different elements. So it means like so we can say that, or we can define element as a building block of a HTML. It means like a lot of elements is combined together to form a HTML. So a element is a building block of HTML. Now moving forward to understand attributes. That what is a attributes? So you can customize a element. Okay, it means like there is an option of customization of a element. So you can customize a element using attribute. In attribute you just provides the different values for a attribute, and based on that values element behave accordingly. So these are the three overviews on the HTML element and uh, HTML element and attribute. Now let us try to understand that these three things using code. So you have, suppose I am opening jsbean.com. So I prefer jsbean.com because uh, it have a combination, like you can write HTML, CSS, JavaScript, console and output in the same page. Okay, so that is the reason why I prefer this JSBin, and you will get a real-time update as well in this particular output. Whatever you will type here, you will get the real-time update here. Okay, so let us try to understand it one by one. So you have jsbean.com, so you can go to jsbean.com and you can start working on HTML today. So see, we have this HTML element, we have head as element, we have meta as element, we have title as element, and we have body as element. There are different elements, and all together these together makes it a HTML document. Okay, this is a whole thing. It means like this whole thing together combines together and form a HTML document. And this is a element. So this is started here and slash means ended here. So this is a element, this is a element, this is a element, this is a element, and this is a element, and whatever we write inside body, that will be element. We can write anything. Okay, so you can see that it is updating real time here. It means like, so suppose for showing you, it means like we can write a heading. It means like h1 heading. So we can see that it is updating real time here. So this is providing me, this is giving me a heading. So this particular thing, this is a element. Okay, this is a element, and this is a text that is written inside the element. We will discuss about all the different types of element that is present in the HTML in the next video, but this is just for giving an overview on what is HTML, what is element. So this together, this all together is a HTML document. This is a element. Okay, so this is a element. H1 is a element. So if you want to give us some small heading, then we can give something like this: H2 type small heading. So this is another element. So similarly, it means like if we want to give further small, we can write type S3 small heading. So small means more smaller than this. So you can definitely see that this one is bigger, this one is slightly smaller, this one is smaller than this one. And if you want to write a paragraph, then you can write something like this: p and slash p. So you can say hello world. So this is smaller. So this is a paragraph basically. And suppose, so here p is a element. So combining all these elements, it form a HTML document. Now what is a attribute then? Then the attribute is basically attached with the element. It is not attached with the HTML. Okay, so it means like suppose h1, you wanted the h1, uh, you wanted that h1 color should have been red. So is there a color property? So no. So you wanted h1 style equals to, and then color, and then you can specify red. So you can see that the red is here. It means like heading is displaying as a red. So here style is the attribute, and this is the value of the attribute. Okay, so here style is the attribute, and this one is the value of the attribute. So you can specify based on your requirement. It means like you can specify what will be the font size of this. It means like font size, suppose 10 px or something. So you can see that it has gone smaller. So this one style is the attribute, and this one is the value of that attribute. Now there are different type of attributes is there. Like suppose we have id as an attribute. So we can say id as heading. It means like id basically uniquely identifies the particular element. And then we have id, then we have class. This is also an attribute. So this suppose uh, what is the difference between an id and a class. So basically a class is something that is, it means like suppose this is actually attached with the css. It means like if we are using id and class, then we can use these all in the javascript and css. So we will be discussing about all this later. So basically with this we clear something about what is a html, what is a element, what is a attribute, what is the value of the attribute. So yeah, that's it actually for this particular video. So in the next video we will be discussing about the different type of elements that is present in html5, and we will be discussing about few of the histories of html. And yeah, so that's it basically for this particular video. In the next video we will see a lot of things. So thank you so much guys, and we will meet in the next video now.